YouTube? Topaz Jace back for another album review, and this one is to that Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz, that Collegrove album, man. And this is exactly what I hope that J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar album is not. You feel me? Because quite honestly, what this comes off as is a 2 Chainz album that has a bunch of features from Lil Wayne. Like, they barely collaborate like they really need to fucking collaborate on here. And legally, it makes sense. Because who owns the copyright to this project is Def Jam. Unlike what happened with the Future and Drake album and such that dropped a little while ago, man, where Cash Money owned the copyright to that. I mean, really, there's only but a handful of tracks that actually feel like a collaboration between these two artists. Those songs are That Smell Like Money, That Bounce, That Got a Lotta, and What Happened. But even with that in mind, man, there's still some solid joints on here, like starting with the intro, that dedication with 2 Chainz, his own solo project. Like, how the hell 2 Chainz got all these solo projects, but Lil Wayne ain't got one on this motherfucker. But what 2 Chainz is rapping about on here is all of his inspirations and such that he's had from Lil Wayne, because he pretty much paved the way for a lot of MCs, man, to Birdman, to a bunch of other individuals and such. That song was probably the best off of this entire project. I like that Not Invited track, man, even though he's using like a sample from one of my favorite Wale songs of pretty much all time type shit, and that he's really not rapping about too much of nothing, but still, that joint still kind of works. I still like that Got a Lotta. I already made a video for it and such, man. It does have its issues, but it's still one of the best songs off this project. And I also really like that Bounce track, man, just because that shit is so fucking crazy, and the fact that they are collaborating to the utmost for that shit, man. They actually made that shit fucking work. But overall as a project, man, it really wasn't that great, man. Honestly, Lil Wayne disappointed on a high level here, because I was expecting him to just go all the way in throughout this project, man, just to show his superiority to 2 Chainz, but really didn't happen that way. If they actually would have sat down and did this album together and such, man, I think it would have meshed and became something really good, but didn't really get that. Overall, I give this project, man, a 4 out of 10. But this concludes today's album review, man, and now we're gonna jump into a brief instrumental from underground producer The Highest Power before we take some of your questions. So Danny says that there's no such thing as a standard of music type shit, and he's using this as his argument in order to say that All Sweatshirt song was any fucking good, man, and you're lying to yourself if you think that there's no standard of music, man. That's how you can tell the difference between amateur and fucking professional. Like, okay, there's a lot of rappers out here who can rap fast, who try to rap fast at least, but yet not as many that can be thorough with the damn double time flow. If you can't do specific double time flow and people understand what the fuck you're saying, you're doing it wrong. That's a standard of level of rapping, dude. Remaining on beat, being confident in your delivery, man. These are all things that you have to raise up your game in order to reach the standard in the industry, man. And when I say standard in the industry, I'm talking about the best, not these terrible motherfuckers that's out here. And Kevin says about that ASAP featuring Amigos joint, man, like, can we just have fun and hear a song and just dance to it in the fucking club and such? And you know, I know that trap music and shit, it brings out people that actually want to dance in the club. I've seen it for my motherfucking self. It brings a certain amount of energy. I respect that and shit. But you know what other songs do that too? I see it in Wale clappers, pretty much anything Missy Elliott is on, that shit makes motherfuckers move and dance and all that shit, man. So it's not so much the concept, it's the energy that goes along with the song. So in reality, you're just making fucking excuses here. I hope you enjoyed the show. You can follow me at Twitter up there, and you can go to downloadpass.com, that's down there, to read today's article.